In order to stimulate economic recovery, government has also been actively working to promote business linkages in various sectors of the economy. This has resulted in the development of partnerships such as the ADA Trade Petroleum Partnership, and that involving Anka East and the Lasasfe Private Limited to form Lesaffe Zimbabwe Private Limited. In March this year, the country witnessed yet another government-initiated venture which saw the formation of Bank Zimbabwe Private Limited, a joint venture company between the Willowville Mazda Motor Industries, an automotive and a spare parts dealer, Astol Motors, and the Beijing Automobile International Corporation of China, to assemble and market a wide range of light motor vehicles. This linkage and development of the motor industry development policy will allow car assemblers and supporting industries to recover. Through such measures, therefore, more jobs will be created. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in order to stimulate the economy and end the country the needed foreign currency, in November 2016, His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Commander R.J. Mugabe, signed the Special Economic Zones Bill into law, paving way for the creation of economic zones in the country. In tandem with the above, government has also passed the following bills: Judicial Laws Amendment Bill and the State Procurement Bill, among others, to promote ease of doing business. Since then, government has also actively marketing the country with significant investment inquiries received to date. These special economic zones are expected to attract joint venture projects between the multinational global corporations and local firms, including small and medium enterprises and farmer organizations. Through cross-border linkages, these local value chains have the potential to develop into global value chains benefiting the country. Also, the special economic zones will facilitate innovation and experimentation leading to diffusion of knowledge and technology to the rest of the country's economy. Distinguished guests, in order to improve competitiveness, government is establishing a National Competitiveness Commission, NCC, whose sole mandate will be to improve the country's competitiveness and that of our goods and services. The development of this bill, followed by wide stakeholder consultations, including incorporation of input from the National Economic Consultative Forum, including the incorporation of input from the National Economic Consultative Forum. The National Competitiveness Commission Bill has already passed through the National Assembly and will now be presented to the Senate, after which it will be forwarded to the President for assenting it into law. This commission, once established, will be responsible for, among other functions, developing, coordinating, and ensuring implementation of key policy improvement processes, strategies, and initiatives that will enhance the country's competitiveness. Our costs and the prices will eventually come down, helping to resuscitate companies while allowing new ones to set up. This industrialization strategy is in line with government's EMERSON development objectives and the AU Agenda 2063 and the SADC Industrialization Agenda and Roadmap. Ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, following the positive outcome of the Presidential Input Scheme support, and of course the Command Agriculture Scheme, coupled with the favorable rains, the country is expecting a bumper harvest this year. The country is thus assured of a readily available feedstock that will go into various agro-processing production lines that all along have largely relied on imports. To minimize post-harvest grain losses, enough grain storage facilities have been made available for countries, supported by the private sector, in particular the Millers Association of Zimbabwe. Also, in order for farmers to prepare for winter wheat farming in earnest, and they pay for goods and services and other necessities, government will ensure that farmers are paid on time for delivered grain. We already have funds covering up to 1.3 million metric tons of grain delivered to the grain marketing board. And we're still working on sourcing or mobilizing further funds because we believe that the grain intake will exceed 2 million. But let me assure you that for now, we already have enough funds to cover 1.3 million metric tons of grain delivered. Meanwhile, preparations for planting of the winter wheat crop are in full swing. And we are already preparing for summer because we listen to criticisms which both the private sector and in particular the farming community and the commentators who criticized us on the Command Agriculture deficiencies, and we are correcting those deficiencies. So we value your comments, in particular, we value your criticisms, because it makes us do better and they stay longer in power. The success of the 2016-2017 Command Agriculture for maize production was largely hinged on the financier, input suppliers, and the farmer linkages. Government is happy about this success and is grateful for the role that each of these parties played in the success of the program. For that reason, starting this year, government is extending similar programs to cover livestock, wheat production, cotton, and the soybeans production. But this is not an exhaustive list. There are other subsectors of the economy where the model of Command Agriculture may lend itself in terms of application. For sustained crop production and food security, government intends to continue to exploit groundwater sources to achieve a minimum of 300,000 hectares of irrigation land as evidence from 31 sub-Saharan African countries is that average yields are 90% higher in irrigated than in rain-fed water farms. We are aware that we need at least 400,000 hectares of land to produce enough grain to feed this country with a strategic grain surplus of 500,000 metric tons. But we cannot depend on the rain from above. It is necessary that we develop irrigation schemes in the country. And if we have at least 300,000 hectares of land under irrigation, we are guaranteed to have food, whether there is drought and there is no drought. At the present time, we are around 159,000 to 160,000 hectares of land under irrigation. An important lesson from the 2016-2017 summer agricultural season is that we need to maximize on the distribution of inputs for the 2017-2018 season, so that by August 2017, all farmers participating in command agriculture, presidential input scheme, and any other organized support programs get their inputs in a timely manner. By the way, command agriculture does not mean we command people to farm. We ask people to come to the program to command it. Those who volunteer. Also, in order to increase agricultural productivity and maximum sector contribution, government is mechanizing farm operations, encouraging use of fertilizers, hybrid seeds, planting of high-value crops for export, such as flowers and fruits, and adopting ICT-aided farm management systems, among other initiatives. Plans are in place to value aid and process agricultural commodities at source, and to link small vegetable and fruit farmers and the farming cooperatives to agro-processing plants, which we intend to construct in every single province in the country. We have begun this value chain addition process in Matebele South. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, whilst we are happy about the good rains and anticipated harvest this year, the resultant floods experienced during the 2016-2017 agricultural season brought with them extensive damage to roads and other social infrastructure, such as schools and hospitals, forcing communities in some affected areas to be displaced. Resultantly, over 200 million is required to rehabilitate flood-damaged infrastructure to bring it back to service. From the aforesaid, government, through the Office of the President Cabinet, is undertaking the road and bridges rehabilitation program, among other civil protection interventions in the flood-affected rural and urban areas of our country. Already, some $45 million has been dispersed towards the rehabilitation of roads. Furthermore, working through ZINARA, government is assisting local authorities to rehabilitate all trunk roads. Such repairs to road infrastructure will thus facilitate the transportation of harvest from different farming areas of the country to the grain marketing board, depots, and other agro-processing companies to support industry. Distinguished guests, equally important to the development of this economy is the development of a policy and associated programs to promote mining in our country. Government recognizes that small-scale mining of gold and chrome can significantly improve this group of miners if properly and structurally supported. As reiterated by His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, RGW, in his 18th of April 2017 independence speech, mining needs to play an important part in the development of the country. In this respect, mining, particularly small-scale mining, has the potential to create substantial employment, supporting rural livelihoods, thus helping in the attainment of inclusive growth. Government is therefore looking at ways that can increase the output of these minerals, including the assistance of these miners with additional mining land, geological information, and financial support to mechanize their operations. Already, government has made available some $100 million for this purpose. Ways are being worked out to make this funding more accessible to miners. In the same spirit, government is calling on financial institutions, large-scale miners, and the mining equipment manufacturers to support this initiative. Our government is calling on the owners of closed mines and all those whose technologies are obsolete to use this platform to identify partners with the capital to invest in those businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, the importance of services in the making of goods is well known, as handling, delivery, and selling goods involves some service. Moreover, services such as banking and finance form an important part of our economies today. In many cases, services are also used to augment or value aid most goods. In Ethiopia, for example, 83% of the final price of roses that are exported to the Netherlands is attributable to services. This is Africa Competitiveness Report of 2015. In order to facilitate the movement of people and goods and attract tourists into the country, government is involved in infrastructure development, including roads, border posts, and airports. I'm sure you're aware that very soon, in the first week or second week of May, the President will be launching or groundbreaking the commencement of the construction of this road, the dualization of the road from White Beach to Harare to Chirundu. And also, during May, we shall also launch the command fisheries. You may be worried as how we command fish. This is how to be done. The Minister of Water and Climate has put together at this stage 1.2 million fish fingerlings. Fingerlings, not fish fingerlings. What he is saying. He has put together 1.2 million for each province, which we are going to launch very soon, as the nucleus for starting command fishing throughout all the provinces, so that wherever there is a water body in the country, each province, each district, and down the line, each ward, we shall supply Yeah, what he's saying. Also, as business activity improves in the country, so will business visits, further promoting such services as transport, hotels, ICT, and professional services, including tourism. I'm sure you're fully aware that Victoria Falls runway has improved and opened. Joshua Nkomo Airport finished. In a few weeks' time, we will also be upgrading the Harare International Airport. That will make sure we attract more tourists coming to Zimbabwe. I have received complaints from the tourism sector about roadblocks. We shall discuss in our Chombo. The expansion of Victoria Falls Airport. The expansion of Victoria Falls Airport has resulted in an increase in the number of planes that land in Victoria Falls, and a resultant increase in tourism arrivals. Furthermore, the sector is poised for growth now that community-based tourism is being implemented. It is for this reason that I call upon service firms to play your part in the country's development agenda by producing and exporting your products, which may include movies, music, ICTs, or using services to offering different services. As the Minister of Industry said, the private sector now will be participating in the SADC summit level conferences. This is the summit, this is the level at which policy making for the future is debated. But our heads of state in the SADC have realized that they cannot continue planning for the future without direct participation of the private sector. So you should gear yourselves through your organizations to put forward your views as to how you think we should go forward in terms of growing our region economically. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, important to industrial productivity and economic development is the availability of uninterrupted power supply to business. As such, government is pursuing a number of short to long-term power generation projects. In the short term, government is working on the resuscitation of existing small thermal power stations in Harare, Bulawayo and Kenyatta, as well as the licensing of independent power producers to complement existing capacity. In the medium to long term, government is pursuing the 2,400 megawatts Batoka hydroelectricity project to be shared equally between Zimbabwe and our sister country, Zambia. Processes leading to the implementation of this project are being finalized. Furthermore, negotiations are at an advanced stage for the Wange expansion project, which seeks to add 600 megawatts of electricity to the national grid through the Wange Quarry Company and its mining contractor, Motor Angel. Government will make sure that this increased coal demand at power stations is met. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as I close, I wish to reiterate that the government remains committed to the easing of doing business reforms and gaining global competitiveness. I saw in your program, Minister, that is a session when you are going to debate about the ease of doing business. Let me assure you, the technical people engaged in that area, led by Dr. Nikuda, who is here, are here. So you raise your issues, articulating the constraints for doing business in Zimbabwe, so that we who are responsible for legislation will be able to legislate accordingly to meet and address the challenges which we meet as the business sector. Government calls for industry to grow market share and to continue to innovate and evaluate. This can best be achieved by linking our value chains with those of our global counterparts. We therefore need to take advantage of this conference to network for these purpose. Government assures you of its commitment and support for dialogue on all issues intended at improving business performance. We realize that in the economic sector, government can only be wise when we know what we want and take it upon ourselves to implement or create an environment for that to be implemented. With these few remarks, it is now my singular honor and privilege to declare this 11th edition of the International Business Conference officially opened and wish you fruitful deliberations. I thank you, Tatenda Nyabo.